Wrestling fans, thanks for clicking the dreaded Rose Report. Don't know if you guys go over to the Diamond Dan Wrestling Hotline on Facebook page, but Dan, he's got a picture up there of somebody we all know and love that says he's looking older than D Rose. Huh. I ain't gonna tell you who it is. Alright, news. Well, got some kind of some interviews I'll weave in and out of this. Scott Fishman of the Miami Herald recently spoke to Sting, and it's really some good insights from wrestlers that they think of this going on. It's good to hear from the professionals within the professional wrestling. Anyway, he was asked his dealings with WWE so far. He said it's very impressive. It's a Class A operation, and these professional people, from the offices people to the marketing and merchandising. He said, I was up in the offices in Connecticut and saw the different departments. It was unbelievable, the whole roster, talent, and everybody there was top-notch. So now he's done with the ass-kissing. So anyway, meeting with Vince McMahon. He said, it was very good. I spoke to him many times over the years. He said, I may a National Association of Television Program Executives convention over the years in the 90s at one point. Spoke to him, and there was a recent time just a few weeks ago we had met. Anyway, it's good always to stop talking to people over the phone and get there and meet the people face to face so you can really see what they look like. Anyway, a possible match with Bray Wyatt. They asked Sting about that, who caught Sting's eye. He said, I would love to see that. He said, I'd love to see Bray Wyatt coming up the way he is, because he's one thing that I do believe that's missing in wrestling. It's the characters. Hallelujah on that. Somebody noticed it. Everybody is just so gray. I call it milquetoast, but he's not everybody. I'm saying the wrestling in general, in the last 10 years or so, everybody got kind of just gray. The personalities I grew up with, like Randy Macho Man Savage, was the reason I wanted to get into wrestling, and Hulk Hogan and his personality, completely over the top. So I think it's really good, and Bray Wyatt is completely, is not completely over the top, but Wyatt has got the ability to have a good mix of both. He has some realism along with his character. Alright, coming up with, or keeping up with WWE, Sting was asked, and he says, I'm just now starting to watch and pay attention. Says, I'm learning the roster as we speak. I'm a strange breed. I have like 30 years in wrestling, never watched any wrestling, really. He says, I don't watch it, never have, I never wanted to watch myself. So now I'm just learning it all, and I'm using it for a study, he says. Alright. Oh, and by the way, he wants to have a match with, I don't know if that'd be the best match for him, but could be good. And then Kurt Angle was also asked questions about possibly returning to WWE once his contract expires. He says, I'm still in the process. My contract is up on September 21st. Says, I will stay with TNA. That has been loyal to me, and there's an obligation there, but at the same time, I have to do what's best for me. I haven't quite decided yet. It's wouldn't be a surprise either way. It's just I'm going to have to bear down right now, and by the end of September, have a decision. And he says, I think the door's always open there. He said, it's really it's about what you can give. If you come back in there just lay around. And they need to do a little bit more with Ric Flair, I think. You don't need to be on a panel. He needs to have his personality out there ringside. Anyway, he says what they want from you and what you want from them, and at the end of the day, you have to agree on all terms, and it's really comes down to how much they want to use me and how much I want to be used. Then they ask him, last question, says, could your body work a full-time WWE schedule? He says, nope, not at all. He said, I wouldn't expect it to. After 15 years of hard pro wrestling, I went a lot of full-time in TNA until just the last 2.5 years. He says, I would hope they wouldn't expect me to do it, but I know TNA does not expect me to do that either. So wherever I end up, it's going to be part-time. Okay, we've seen a lot of media lately about Hulk Hogan, and he's been talking about wanting to make a comeback in wrestling, you know, at least another match for WWE. And apparently there's nothing official in the works, and Hogan is just working his own angle or going into business for himself, trying to see who get the best reaction out of being chose up by him, I guess. And Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Newsletter noted recently that Hogan is hoping to land a match against Steve Austin or John Cena at WrestleMania 31. I would like to do that myself, just for the payoff. They'll beat the crap out of me, but hey, I'll be a rich guy when I leave. And a broken guy. WWE's announced that Becky Lynch will take on NXT Women's Champion Charlotte tomorrow night, NXT episode. Dark segment after last night's WWE SmackDown taping in Phoenix saw John Cena come out to address the audience, by the way. And Cena received the biggest pop of the night, spoke until he was interrupted by the Wyatt family. Still, man. Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, and Luke Harper surrounded Cena until Roman Reigns came out and made the save. Bray left Cena, and Reigns hit their finisher on Rowan Harper, and he took off. Segment with Mark Henry and Rusev, by the way, on Monday's Raw from Vegas, was written into the script late in the afternoon during rewrites. It was a late decision and not something planned ahead of time, but it looked as if the two will be feuding against each other, I hope. And there's a lot of rewrites on Monday's show, more than usual, I guess. And The Rock had just finished doing media for Hercules in Mexico and hosted a packed premiere for the movie. He left Mexico for Berlin to continue the tour of Hercules, the signings and debuts and whatever, premieres. WWE website's got an article up about who planted the cinder blocks, and were used to take out, you know, Dean Ambrose on Raw. Michael Cole noted on the main event that Kane was responsible, and Seth Rollins told the website, says, they call me the architect for the Shield, but for whatever reason, says I put everybody together and responsible for all the factions' success, as well as success of Dean Ambrose. He said, I'm now the guy who tore it apart too. On the other things, on the other side of things, he said there's a director of Operation Kane who's been around a long time, also very smart. You could put a mind like this with a mind like mine, and you know what could happen. So when it came to the right time, the cinder blocks were revealed, and the plan played out perfectly. All right. I told you he's getting some grout for his face for makeup. Anyway, WWE has got Eva Marie's bridal show in Las Vegas. It went on last night, where the Bella Twins, Cameron, Naomi, and Summer Rae were there. A shower was filmed for the season of Total Divas, and noted Eva Marie's wedding ceremony is going to be taking place this coming weekend. So that was just the shower. I would love to be there to shower with all them girls. Whew. And believe it or not, WWE Network with Rogers Communication, which is a large communication company up in Canada, has been successful so far, exceeding expectations that WWE officials had. Some fans had experienced frustration with the WWE NetPack Rogers offer. I don't know what that is, but it must be a package offer they give to you know, cable people. I mean, cable subscribers. But the people are, you know, still signing up, and there was concern that the $11.99 price point and the limited on-demand content may be a problem for sales, but so far that's not the case. It's going good. They're going to hit over 1 million soon, I think. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.